Yeah, so basically out of high school, as a junior in high school, I was undersized. I was like a late bloomer. I didn't start growing until my senior year, really. I didn't get recruited all that well. I was kind of underlooked, and to be honest with you, I really wasn't that good. It kind of took me to start growing and growing into my body, and then once I started growing, I got more athletic, and then everything just started to take a turn, and my ability started to change, and I started taking the game more seriously. A lot of guys in high school play AAU basketball, and that's where a lot of their looks come from, and a lot of the scholarships. And I kind of played on like a local travel team, mainly because I played baseball as well in high school. I kind of took that and ran with it. I was undersized. I was only like a shooter my junior year, and then going to my senior year, started growing and loving basketball more and wanted to take it more serious. So, my senior year of high school was, my first step in becoming who I am now and taking the game more serious. So, more in school started to reach out, mainly just Division II schools. And I ended up having a really good season. And then towards the end of the year, I was deciding whether or not I wanted to, basically go play Division II or try to walk out of Division I school. And my brother played at Lewis University, Division II school, so I kind of knew what I was getting myself into, and they had offered me. So, I kind of went that route. It was close to home. I was able to be around my family while I got to, have school paid for and be able to play basketball. So I took it as an opportunity to go there, and also as a challenge to try to be better and to try to make it to a higher level. My goal was always to be a Division I basketball player, and that didn't stop when I went to Lewis. So I kind of just kept working on my game, and from there on, I had 2 good years at Lewis University, and then decided to put my name in the transfer portal and try to challenge myself even more at the next level. And that's where DePaul came into it. My freshman year at Lewis, it was I was like freshman of the year. I started every game, and I didn't realize how good I was or how good I could be. So it's kind of just like I kept on reaching these new goals and trying to set higher standards for myself. And once I kept reaching those goals and knocking down each step of it, I was it's like why stop now? It was kind of just a way to keep challenging myself and way to stay locked in the game, just because I love playing it so much. So going into my sophomore year was, why not be an All-American? Why not try to be Player of the Year? Why not try to do this? And then once I completed those things at Lewis, I was an All-American my sophomore year, led our team to a conference championship, went to the NCAA tournament. It was kind of like, what else can I really do here? So I just wanted to keep, like I said, just keep elevating myself and keep reaching new goals and keep setting myself to a higher standard and try to attain those goals. It was crazy. It was like within an hour, my name was in the portal. I had like 10 missed phone calls. Like, it was nuts. I was on the phone constantly. Like, I was in class, just my phone was ringing. And it was just numbers, different unknown numbers from different areas all day, which was pretty cool because that's something I never had experienced, in college. I mean, I got recruited, but it wasn't like crazy like that. But it was like, it felt like it was like every school in the country, but a lot of like low to mid major Division Is, and then DePaul ended up calling on the first day. Within the week, I started getting other calls from other Big East schools, and it's crazy. Like, once you get one offer, everybody just coming out of the woodwork. So it was a really cool experience, and after like a week of all these phone calls, I was kind of getting sick of it, just because it takes away all your free time. Like, I was still a college kid, our season was over, so I was trying to enjoy myself, but I felt like all my free time I was on the phone all day. So like going into it, I knew the Division II school I went to in Lewis we were really good. We were a really talented team, and we could play with most Division I schools. We played my sophomore year. We played Loyola Chicago, and I think it was like a 10-point game. Whenever we played those schools, we were always in the game. So I knew going to like a low to mid major wasn't really what I wanted to do. I always, I watched the Big Ten Network growing up, and watching Illinois and Michigan and Wisconsin and schools like that. That was always my dream, was to play at one of those schools. Obviously, my mom played at DePaul, so I grew up going to those games when I was young all the time. So obviously that was one of my dream schools as well. But once those schools started coming in, the schools in like the Power Five conferences, I started getting some looks from the Big Ten schools and Big East and ACC and Oregon, Louisville, Xavier, Butler, DePaul. Like those, that's really what it came down to. Those were like the ones that were most interested. And I'm kind of a homebody. I like being around my family and I like being home. So I ended up taking visits to Xavier and Butler and then DePaul. So I kind of narrowed it down to those three. And, all three great schools, great basketball schools, and had good relationships with all the coaches that were recruiting me. And, my visits went really well. But at the end of the day, when I visited DePaul, it felt like a family to me. Obviously my mom went there and knew Jeannie, who was the athletic director at the time. They went to school together, and we're on teams together. And I knew everybody there before I even got there. So it kind of just felt easy to me. And with the ability to, Lewis was only 30 minutes from my house, and DePaul was 30 minutes the other way from my house. So it kind of was like, this isn't going to be that big of a change. It's just going to be a Division I school instead of a Division II. So, it kind of just felt comfortable and it felt easy. And I saw it as a challenge, to come in and, DePaul hadn't had good years. They were struggling at the time. And I kind of saw it as a challenge to try to, change the culture and change the program and, try to come in and make an impact and get DePaul back to where it should be. And that's kind of what really opened my eyes to it. And I just wanted to, be around my family and be home. And like I said, just try to, create a culture and change the program to a winning basketball program again. Yeah. It was special. I had a really good year, really good 2 years. We didn't obviously win as much as I wanted to, but I mean, my last year was our first winning season in like 14 years at DePaul. So it wasn't, I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to at DePaul, but I feel like we turned it into the right direction. And we were winning basketball programs. So at the end of the day, like, you can only do so much. I wanted to do more, but obviously it was a successful run and successful personally because of where I am now. And I thank Coach Lato for that, and I thank all the people that were there in the building and in the athletic support system that really guide you through everything. And there's always somebody there to help. Kevin was always around. A guy that lived the dream that we all wanted to live. He was in the NBA, and everybody that goes to DePaul has the aspirations to be an NBA player. So to have somebody around like that, it is, I mean, you can't really ask for anything more. I mean, just to pick his brain on things and to have somebody who's done it before is so helpful, and you can learn so much from those guys. Right. Yeah. The way my journey has, come about, it has been crazy. It seems like every goal I've set, I've reached and I have kept achieving to even more than I could think of. Like to be where I am today, like I never thought I would be here. So it really is eye opening to, like the sky's the limit. I don't really know when I'm going to stop, getting to where I want to be and what I want out of my basketball career. Obviously this is not, I still want more out of it. Every time you reach your goal, you want to just keep making a new one and just keep striving to be better and be great. And I think that's one thing that, my parents instilled in me is just like to keep challenging yourself and to keep, don't get comfortable with just being good at something. Just try to, keep doing whatever you can to be great at it, and keep excelling to be great at what you do, and to never stop dreaming. And that's just kind of the way I've gone about it. And honestly, the way that my high school career went into college kind of plays a lot into that, because I still carry that chip with me. That I was like under recruited, and nobody really wanted me. I still carry that to this day, and like you said, it kind of held true to everything of how my career has gone. Nobody thought I would be Division I basketball player. I ended up doing that. Nobody thought I could be in the NBA. Now I'm here. So I kind of proving people wrong, and I think that kind of motivates me. And I motivate myself as well to do that, to prove other people wrong. Not only that, but to just keep challenging myself, and to keep surprising myself, I guess you could say. But that's kind of helped me throughout my career, just always having that chip on your shoulder, and just trying to keep proving people wrong, and keep setting new goals. Yeah, I think it's the whole Miami Heat organization in general. I think they all kind of build themselves on that. Coach Spoelstra was even the same way. He worked his way up from the video room, did his time as an assistant coach, and now he's here. He went through the dirty work of it all. And, I think the organization itself really prides itself on finding like hidden gems like that, and love people who work hard and do the right things on and off the court. And I think it's a perfect fit for me, just because that's just how I've gotten to where I am. Just continue to work hard, and just put yourself in the right place at the right time, and take advantage of opportunities. That's really all the NBA is about. And I've been blessed to be in this situation, and to be in this organization with the Heat. And it honestly couldn't be a better match for both of us.